Lovely to see you in the flesh.
Thank you.
Well.
Yeah, it's been Zoom all the time, isn't it?
I know, it's mad. Do you prefer coming back to this, or are you kind of...
No, it's much better when we get the media and the journalists in the building. I think it's better, you get a bit of rapport with them. I think they understand you a little bit more as well. I think we've all found the sort of the distance of the Zoom calls very hard to sort of get yourself over. But for some of the journalists, maybe they've been quite pleased not to come and see the managers.
Well, you saw my dog last time. I haven't got my dog with
me. I
did.
So no, I'd like you to bring your dog as well.
I should have. I should have. I'll make sure she comes next time. Look, you are doing really well. That's an understatement at the moment. You know, congratulations on your performance on Thursday night, because yet to concede in Europe. You must be delighted with what you're witnessing, because the Genk side that you were up against were tough.
Well, European football's tough. You're seeing it throughout Europe. You know, the games, whoever you play. I see the standard of football improving greatly. I mean, obviously we see the elite football. We get a chance to see Manchester City, Liverpool's and all the top teams playing. But below that, there's a really, really good standard of football. And at the moment, we are involved in that against a lot of really good teams. But I have to say to your question to start is, the players are the ones who've made the difference here. The players have been fantastic. Their attitude, the way they've changed. And I think they've seen changing, better mentality, probably better work in general. I think they've looked at it and said, you know, this is the way we want to be. We don't want to be the way we were before. So I have to give all the praise to the players.
And the reverse side of that is that your players are doing so well, and you yourself, you're putting yourselves in the shop window. Does that frighten you a little bit when the window opens, that people are going to start sniffing around? Certainly Declan was always the talk in the summer.
Yeah, but no, I don't. Because, you know, there was a bargain to be got with Declan at 100 million. That bargain's now gone. So we have a lot of really good players at this football club, and I think while you're building and developing, I think people might always come and look at your players, but it's good that they are, because that's telling us that they're doing well.
Yeah, it certainly is. In terms of yourself, you're 4 shy of 1,000 games. We all know during this week it's been an eventful week, and you came out very strongly in support of Steve Bruce. If somebody was just going into management, it's tough. It's really tough in terms of what you might face, especially in the media. What sort of advice would you give somebody?
Well, I think it's tough with the media, but I don't think it's as tough as that if you don't get a good owner. I think if I was a young manager now, and the hard thing is when you're your first-time manager, you don't get a chance to sort of say, are you a good owner? Have you got a good reputation? Are you someone who's going to get rid of me if I lose 4 or 5 games in a row? You need somebody who can believe in you and give you a go. So for all the young managers going into the game now, you know, having good owners are really important, someone who are going to give you an opportunity to try and work. But all the young managers who are coming in, the game gets tougher now, it's harder, you know, much more scrutiny through the media and different other outlets. So, I mean, I've probably been saying it all my time. Folk used to ask me about my philosophy. What's your philosophy? How do you want to play? Well, mine deep down has been to win, because I think if you win, then you have a chance of sort of keeping your job or maybe getting another one. Or other people will look at you and say, well, maybe I can give you another job if you don't do so well in one. So I think all the young managers who are coming in, you know, unbelievably, it's a simple ask, but you have to find a way of getting enough wins that you get that longer period to try and improve.
Is it about trophies? Brendan Rodgers sort of said it isn't really about trophies in terms of his legacy. He'd kind of want to almost be the man that, you know, developed players and brought players on. For you, what's it about?
No, for me, I think I would like to have a really long career in management, which I have had. Hopefully I can go on to make it even longer. I would like to have trophies. You know, I look at Jose Mourinho and I think to myself, wow, you know, imagine being Jose Mourinho. Look at the trophies he's won. What an unbelievable manager to get the success he's had. So I'm in big admiration of Jose because of that. But Jose's had difficult times like lots of managers.
Certainly did this week.
Yeah, so it happens. And, you know, I think if you go into this business, it's never always going to be straightforward, and it doesn't go in a straight line. You're going to go up and down, and I'm fully aware of that. But I've got to say, I would like at the end of my time to have said that I've got some trophies, some success. But if I can't get it, then I'd like at the end of it to have said, well, I've had a full career in football management, and I'm getting very close to that now.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you feel like you have to have quite a tough skin in terms of, you know, as it's progressed, you know, we can remember the days where Twitter and such didn't exist. You didn't get that feedback, that initial feedback from the fans quite so much as you perhaps do now. Is that something that you kind of almost wish didn't happen, or what do you think?
Well, we were talking about this the other day, you know, when I first started at Preston North End as manager, and you're talking about the young manager.
Yeah, I remember.
The local paper would have the letter page, and there'd maybe be 5 or 6 letters which were saying, you know, why is he not doing this?
Yes.
Or, you know, I can't believe he's still in the job, or whatever. Through that used to be where the criticism came from if it wasn't in the Saturday for 90 minutes. But if you look at it now, you know, it's all over. But I've said this a few times, I think media has to play a part in it as well, you know. Quite often, you know, the media will be the people who will be asking for people to phone in or come onto stations to talk about why somebody should lose their job. I'm not too sure if that is the right thing which should be done. But it's only my opinion. But I think when you do come in the job, you need thick skin. I think you have to accept it. It's not going to go well all the time, you know. And I thought as I got older, I would be able to deal with defeats much easier. But as you get older, it actually gets worse because, you know, you're so keen to do well and not be in a position where you're losing.
Yeah, Mikel Arteta sort of says he's slightly worried this week for the next generation of managers because of what's gone on. Certainly the abuse that a lot of people have said Steve Bruce got that went too far. Do you worry about that? Do you see players that you think, God, they make a good manager, but they might not want to go into it?
Yeah, I see it now because I get a chance, and I always say to my senior pros, get your badges done, get ready, don't wait till you're too late, or it'll be that you can't it's taking too long to go through your coaching courses and get into your pro licence level. So I always want my senior players to go and become, or at least train to be coaches. But I do see less and less thinking that way because I think they see the job and they probably see the hassles that come. And also, you know, there is a period now where the managers are not staying in the jobs for a long time, which is why, you know, talking about 1,000 games, to get to 1,000 games in football management, it was great to see Steve Bruce get there last week. So I think it's, and recently Mick McCarthy, you know, Jose Mourinho.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there's been a sort of group of managers which have showed a level of consistency and longevity in what they've done.
Brilliant. Always great to talk to you. Thank you so much.